And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marshall County Today. It's the talk show aimed at informing you about stories, people, businesses, and events around your neighborhood. All part of the Max Morning Show extension. And I'm Tony Ross. Great to be with you. Our guest today is from Marshall County Solid Waste. River Watson is in the house today. And good morning, River. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, man. I'm doing great this morning.
Well, thank you for coming in today. You guys have been pretty busy over at the Solid Waste District, haven't you?
Oh, yes, yes. Business has been picking up. Lots of recyclers coming in and out.
Talk a little bit about some new things that have been going on with you guys.
Yeah, so we got a couple of new things coming up. One thing right now is that we have a Transform Tomorrow campaign currently running, and it's been going on for the past couple months and will continue on for a few more months. But we're basically just trying to encourage people to recycle and know that recycling works, and we're just trying to spread that positive image on recycling. And we're offering to Marshall County residents who are wanting to recycle either at the depot or through a curbside means, we're offering some nice tall kitchen tubs for you to throw your recycling in. We got
Oh,
those
really?
posted on our Facebook page, so if anybody's interested in that, you can check that out. I believe we just posted that on our Facebook yesterday, and if you don't know what our Facebook is, it is just Recycle Depot. That's all it is. And then some other things going on. We have in the next week, I believe, starting April 15th for 2 weeks, we have our community cleanup initiative kicking off. As usual, we partner with Great Hometowns, and we kind of like with Randy Danielson and the Reese there. He's been a big help in helping getting that started. But it's just an initiative for community, Marshall County as a community, but at further than that as businesses and families and even by yourself. We're trying to encourage everyone to get out there and go clean up litter.
Right.
Um, for the
It's
starting
really
April.
been successful campaigns for a few years now,
Yes, yeah.
hasn't it?
This is our third year together. Yep,
Yeah.
we've been doing it pretty successfully, and it's been growing about every year. This year we've had the most businesses we've had request our community cleanup trailer. So that's been really good, and glad we got that going on. And for those of you who don't know about the community cleanup trailer, that is just a trailer that has litter cleanup supplies, stabbers, grabbers, bags, gloves, little totes, and it all just comes conveniently in a trailer that we drop off to whatever location you're wanting to clean up. So super easy.
Well, it's a great thing that we do.
Hmm.
You know, and it branches in all different kinds of cleanups. I mean, even in the river, if I'm not mistaken, Yellow
Yes.
River.
Yep. Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, everybody's getting their groups together to participate in this, which it's kind of its own legs now. And I mean, that's an example of how successful a program is when you get more people
Hmm.
every year participating in it. And so, congratulations
Yeah.
on that.
Thank you.
Now, what's your position
Yeah,
with the
so
solid waste district?
I am the education coordinator there. And as the education coordinator, it's my job. I go around to schools all throughout Marshall County. It doesn't matter what age, very young, preschool, whatever, all the way up into high school, and then beyond that too. But I educate people on reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the main thing, household hazardous waste, and then about the environment too.
Hmm.
So I get to create programs, go to these schools, do short little education stuff. Sometimes we'll meet at the parks and we'll do different things there and do hands-on learning. Really getting into STEM education too, providing just free education programs for the community is my main job. But otherwise, I handle things like social media and projects and event planning, things like that.
So you're busy. That's what
Yeah.
you're basically telling me.
Yeah,
Is
especially
your
during
job
this
is
month.
I'm busy.
Yeah, especially for the month of April with Earth Day being there, it gets very busy. Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm.
Talk a little bit about the solid waste management, just in getting everything together. But you guys are also, maybe where I want to start here. You're very connected with the community. People to a point where people are coming to you saying, "Hey, I've got this appliance, or I got
Right.
this TV, or
Mm.
I got this tire, or whatever it is."
Mm.
They call you guys first now,
Yeah.
and which is great. But it's also another example of how you can educate.
Mm. Yeah.
By okay, well, we can accept this, but we can't accept this. So talk a little bit about some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to bringing stuff over to you guys,
Hmm.
with people hoping that that you can accept it.
Yeah, so the way it kind of works is we're kind of like a household hazardous waste drop off facility, first and foremost, and that just includes anything that can't normally go into your trash can. So anything that might be toxic or, if it chemicals, things like that, paint. and different types of electronics that hold some recyclable value rather than just being tossed in the trash. And a lot of people, when they end up showing up is because they're cleaning out maybe their garage, or maybe a family member passed away. Now they're cleaning out all the stuff they collected, and very often, so we'll get things like TVs and like printers, and TVs of any size is what we mainly get. We get a lot of that, and so if you can get it to us, we can help you get it unloaded. That's our big thing. And a lot of people sometimes ask if we can come to them and pick things up, but unfortunately, we don't offer any services like that. And it's super simple. There's not a lot of rules and regulations. We just ask that it's not going to be something super gross, or you're going to give us some foreign liquid that has no label and in a jar it never came in. We don't really want that, but
No.
we end up getting it quite often.
And again, you got a great relationship with the folks at our area landfills. Now, how many landfills do we take our recycling stuff to?
So recycling isn't really going to any landfills. Where it goes up to a place called Recycling Works. A majority of the area, like Marshall County, and then also north of us, all the recycling is collected and it goes there. They do all the different sorting and they separate all the stuff out, and they have about a 95% of all the items that enter in end up being recycled, and only about 5% end up being trash. So,
That's a good efficient number right there. That really is. When you have to, find out whether or not you can accept an item or not, are you guys therefore responsible for taking the non-recyclable thing and sending it to a landfill? Then
no, we don't deal with any sort of trash of
okay.
any sort of stuff. We're strictly all we just handle your household hazardous waste, which is like your paints, your chemicals, stuff that you would use around the house, around the garden, those types of chemicals. And we take in like small quantity generators, nothing too huge. So mainly just for residentials and small businesses is the area that we're seeking for people to drop things off.
Now, do you guys get stuff to where you can like repair it and then like sell like a TV, for example? Or
nope, we don't do anything
don't
like
do anything
that.
like that?
Nope, but there is one cool thing that we do. We offer a swap shop. So people who bring in some sort of supplies that's either brand new or maybe only half used, we set it up on a wall and people are free to come and go and takes that stuff for free.
Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Yep.
I like that idea actually.
Yeah, it's very popular. A lot of people come for it.
Good. Is there like a common question that you guys get asked a lot from the public?
Yeah, do we take TVs? Yes.
Is it really? Is that the biggest one, right?
It's one of the biggest ones, yes.
Wow.
And then, but because people always have those really old, heavy, boxy style TVs that are just hanging around and they've never gotten rid of them. They've been there for years. So they end up trying to figure out, okay, where can I take this?
Right.
Because I don't want to throw it in my trash can and, take up all that space, or it might not even fit. It's so big, right?
Right. No, absolutely. Well, they're more and more like TVs because when it's just over your right shoulder over there that we've got, I mean, it's just, a thin TV, and that's the way of the world now. And the good news, you guys, if it still works, you can still take it over to the recycling depot on it. Now, we were talking about stuff that you guys got going on.
Yeah.
I think Earth Day is just around the corner, too, isn't it?
Yep. So that is the 20th of this month, and then we're also going to be having an Earth Day event because of that. So the way it is we're just open from 8 to noon, and we're going to be offering, third year of offering it. We do a Trees for the Future drive, where we buy 2 to 3 year old saplings from the DNR nursery that's local. It's only like an hour away from here or something, and I think we have about 600 trees to give away this year, and 6 species, so about 100 of each. And last year we did 500, and those were gone immediately. They were out really quick. So we bumped it up to 6 this year. And the way it works is you give us $1 donation, and for every $1 that you donate, we'll give you a tree, up to 5 per household for the first week. So on that Saturday from 8 to noon is the first day that you can get it, and then you can come in anytime we're open during normal operating hours and get more get the trees if you weren't able to be there on Saturday. And then after the first week's over, these trees are bare root, meaning there's no soil. They don't come in little pots, so you have to get them in the ground pretty quick. So we don't want to hold on to them forever. So after that first week, we'll open it back up to anyone that maybe wanted like 20 or 30 trees. Maybe wanted more than that. You can come back, grab some more. We're just trying to be fair to the community. To allow
Oh,
everyone to
absolutely.
grab a
Yeah,
tree.
and it's the way it should be done.
Yeah.
So talk about the planting of the tree itself.
Yeah.
Since a lot of them are going to be bare root, how wide of a hole should you dig? How deep do you need to dig?
Yeah. So basically, the way it works is however long the roots are is about how deep you want to do it. You don't want to drop the tree in and have the roots be all mushed up and under like pressed down into it. So dig as long as the roots are deep and then about just a little bit wider than what the roots are wide too, and that'll be just about efficient. And then you kind of just hold it in the center, slowly kind of form the dirt around it, pack it in, and then it's about all it takes.
So I don't imagine you have to water it immediately.
Oh yeah, yes.
So
And give it a good
how
water.
much water do you give without drowning it?
During the first like couple of weeks, you want to be watering it daily, and it also depends on the type of tree that you have. But either way, for a sapling, you will probably want to go and give it just a really good drenching, just to make sure the soil is really saturated.
So I hear you say that, but what's it got to look like? Does it mean that the whole hole you dug
Yeah,
needs to be like compact?
yeah,
Because sometimes I've seen it, and I think I've even done it, but I just don't remember. Where I've maybe over watered
overwatered it.
early,
Yeah, early.
and I was told that's not a good thing.
Yeah,
have to
so
happen.
the way you can kind of just look at it, be like, today it's gonna rain. If you planted your tree yesterday, there's no reason to go out and make sure it gets watered. So, and when it comes to, you want to make sure that the dirt around the base of the tree is pretty firm and pressed in, because during that stages the roots are growing, and you don't want maybe like someone to come by, step on it, and now the tree is leaning towards the right, or
Right.
they're not on the tree but near
Right.
it, where the dirt was like loose. So like a nice little firm press around the edges helps stabilize it, keep it in the upright position that you want it. And then you can kind of just look at it. Okay, it's been a day, there hasn't been any rain. You go out, check the soil around it. Is the soil nice and damp, or is it starting to get a little dry? If you see it getting dry, go ahead and give it another nice little drench of water there, maybe like out of a 5-gallon bucket, or like a gallon in or something. Just kind of just checking, giving it good water.
Just to get it back to a firm base.
Yep.
When you water it. You mentioned you had 100 species that you're going to be getting?
No, 6 different species.
6 different species,
100
I'm
of
sorry.
each. Yes. So we have things like shagbark hickory, black walnut. We're giving away a button bush this year. We haven't done that before, and it's a nice little flowering type of shrub. And then we have like river birch, like we normally do, and then there's like 1 or 2 others. I forgot to bring my sheet with me.
Sounds fine. I was just curious. I mean, 6 different varieties. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we try to, and they're all native species too. So we really make sure that we're not putting something invasive or
Right.
not natural to this area out there.
Do certain trees grow better in this area than others?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Because of based off our soil, like what the type of soil is, how fast it drains, the area in which we get sunlight's important too. And when people are coming to get their trees, we're going to have information on our Earth Day that tells you about the tree, where to plant it, information on how to plant it. Does it need full sun? Does it like some shade? Does it like to have a lot of water, a little bit of water? We're going to have all that good information for them on Earth Day, and then also they can call in and we can share that with them too.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And that again is on the 20th
Nope. Yep.
of this month. So that's a Saturday. And make what time's the
8 to noon.
8 to noon.
Yes, and then also going on that day, we'll be doing 50% off on our rain barrels and composters. So people can come in and get a 50% off rain barrel or compost.
Is that how popular has that been?
We get rid of our rain barrels about every single year, and we always gotta buy and get more. It's pretty popular. More and more people are liking it, and they're also learning that their plants enjoy it much more too.
Really?
So if you have indoor plants and you're just watering them through your tap, some certain chemicals that are used in the cleaning process of our water, the plants might reject or not grow well with. So a lot of people are switching to the rain barrels and using that to water their indoor plants, and you'll see them shoot
It's,
right
see,
back up.
as I say, it seems like it's the really actual right way to go.
Right, yeah,
when
absolutely.
it comes to watering anything you want to water, you know. And and you guys sell them at
Yep.
the wastewater,
Yep,
or at the
yeah,
solid waste?
yep. Even after the Earth Day event, we won't offer the 50% off anymore, but we will have them year round. You can grab those.
Awesome. Is there other things that you guys like to promote and to give out and stuff like that, or? I mean, that seems like a pretty awesome
Yeah,
deal that you're going to be doing on Earth Day.
yeah. Another thing that we're doing, which is actually happening tomorrow, and if anyone that's listening would like to be a part of it, we do have a few seats left. It's called our Waste Tours. So we're discovering our waste. We're taking people. We start at the recycle depot. We load everyone up. We have a passenger van, and we drive up together to Recycling Works, which is the area that takes all of our recycling. And so you get a tour of their facility, and you get to see how all the moving parts and the robots and that are involved, and the people that are picking through, sorting everything. So it's a super cool process to watch how everything goes from one jumbled mess of recyclables to neatly sorted and separated and ready to be baled and sent out for recycling.
Yeah, I got to get to one of those trips.
Yeah.
I got to get to see one of those trips.
Yep.
'Cause that sounds pretty fascinating how it works, and I think it gives people a different perspective on how important it is actually to recycle.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. It's super important. You get to see just all the different things that people are recycling too. So that's another neat aspect of it. And then just how many people are actually out there recycling. You can see all the amounts that they're bringing in, and just the stacks upon stacks of bales that are just ready to be sent out that they have already built up. And then after that, it's a 2-for-1 kind of night. So we go to Recycling Works, we load right back up, and we ship over to the Prairie View landfill, where there we get to see how they create the landfill when the trash comes in, how it gets dumped, and how these big machines drive it over it and compact it down. You get to the plant manager is normally the one who helps with the tour, so he hops in the car with us, and we just drive around the whole place, telling us all sorts of cool little information. And then also you get to see a portion that's not as commonly known or talked about, but you get to learn about how they're creating energy from the trash too.
Really?
Very neat process that they have going on out there. Lots of money too.
I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. That sounds like a fun trip, and that's tomorrow.
Yes, that'll be tomorrow afternoon.
Do you have a specific time when you're leaving?
Yes. I think like 3:30. You can check on our Facebook page.
Okay.
That's Recycle Depot on Facebook. All that information's on there. We have it on our event, and also just as a regular post too.
I think Marianne talked about this before, and you guys get a pretty nice group of people that go to this.
Yeah. Last time we had almost a full bus. We had about 12 people that went all together, including myself. And then this time we have about 6 seats left. So in a 15-passenger car, we got about 6 seats.
All right. Well, if you're not have anything to do on a Friday afternoon, man, check out how the sausage is made.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Definitely
to speak.
should. It opens your mind.
Absolutely.
To the waste of the world.
So that's tomorrow for the trip stuff, but we're kind of getting ready for the 20th, and that's going to be the big one. I think we're on schedule. We're going to probably do a remote from the solid waste on the 20th.
Yes.
To come over and say hi and just kind of remind everybody what's out there that you guys are going to be doing. It's going to be a lot of stuff.
Yes. I have a feeling there'll be quite a few people coming.
I have a good feeling for you guys as well, so which is great.
Yes.
Where are you guys located?
We're at 1900 Walter Glob Drive. That's here in Plymouth, Indiana.
There you go. Mark it down, the 20th for Marshall County Solid Waste as we celebrate Earth Day and all the activities that are come along with it. So if you're looking for some trees, well, again, this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to jump on and get them. And so, River, thanks for coming in, man. Great to talk with you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we look forward to having you again on the show down the road.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we got to take a break as we wrap up today's Marshall County Today right after this.